Nope, can't get
Oh
it.
my gosh.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Hello, everybody. I'm Shalom of Peace Dove Herbalist Mediumship School.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jeanette, Spirit Artist.
And I'm Del Marie Evangelic Wise Ones. Welcome to Spirit Talk Time.
Welcome to
Hey.
Spirit
Yay!
Talk.
We have a live studio audience tonight. Yes. Yay, yay. Thanks, guys, for coming on in. Thanks for saying an opening prayer with us. And how are you girls doing tonight?
Awesome.
Pretty delicious.
Yep. Pretty good.
I like that you said pretty delicious. I know I feel pretty delicious because Linda was in here today and gave us
Ooh.
facials.
I
Yes.
know.
Nice.
Yes. Yay!
Thank you, Linda, so
Linda's
much.
our esthetician, and she did a marvelous job. She's got like that right touch, doesn't
Yes, she does.
She's
Yes,
got
she
that
does.
beautiful, light, gentle
Oh
touch.
my gosh,
And
straighten
she's like,
everything up.
Oh, let me feel here. It's clogged up there. Blah, blah, blah.
Wow.
Yes, yes, she does all that
That's
and
great.
stuff. And then she did she do the scrubby on you? Did you
Yeah.
do the those
Yeah, I had a
on her?
minute.
No.
What?
Huh?
A little bit.
Okay, good.
What?
I didn't
Um,
do microdome on you.
That's right. It's just me
It
today.
was something
Thank you very much.
Well, that's okay. It was all
Because
good.
last time she was giving them, she went in first, and they spent like an hour and a half. I was out here falling asleep, and I didn't get to have mine that day. So I
What
got
y'all
mine
doing?
first. I
So
got mine
then-
first
so
today.
wait a minute.
So I got
then
mine
I was
first
supposed
today.
to come over for, I'm thinking just eyebrows. Next thing I know, who's on the table?
That's right.
So I was
Actually,
like,
ready
hey.
too, 'cause I
And
was like,
and she had the cucumber things and everything. I'm like,
That's right.
yeah, I had to
Aw.
wait my turn.
Yes,
That's
that's right. You had
nice.
to wait your turn.
Yes, I
think
did.
I was here 3 times today, back and forth, back and forth. Because then I brought Samantha and Danielle, and then we had the little ones and stuff. So that was really good.
Who's Danielle, a friend?
Her, yeah, one of
A
her
friend,
best friends. Yeah, and she has a little 8-month-old munchkin.
Oh my gosh, she's
that
so
they,
cute.
that they were like, well, I don't know, and I was, we had her like
Baby
smile-
fat?
Oh yes,
yeah.
oh yes,
Yeah. She's a
fat.
happy
Yes.
little baby.
yes.
Yeah.
And then we had
Chunky little legs.
yeah,
Yes.
right.
Uh-huh.
She's
Everywhere.
just starting to crawl.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we had and then Miss Riley had to come, so it was all girl day. And
Yes,
Miss
it
Riley
was.
was a little crazy. She was crazy. She was good.
She's the blonde. She has the long.
No,
Oh no,
Mm-mm.
Riley is
Everly.
Sam's son.
Yeah, Sam's daughter.
Both of them are
Yeah.
like
So
little warriors.
I know, right? Everly.
You
Yeah,
better
she
watch
is.
out.
She's like all tomboy right now.
Yes.
And and
love
Riley is like all girly girl, but she doesn't understand she's tomboy too because she's like. "Brr."
Yeah, she is.
Yeah.
She's funny.
Yep. But
Does
she
she
loves.
have expressions?
Oh yeah, she does. She looks
Yeah.
just like Randy. But
'Cause I remember
um,
one time you said my expression reminded you of her. I was like, she
Yeah.
must be expressive.
Yeah, she
She got a
she's
good
just
poker
like.
face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she's just like boom. She's a girly girl. She loves the dresses and her nails and her makeup. Sam has all these videos of her doing her makeup, right? And if you come to the house and you have no makeup on, if you do, you are subject to Riley doing your makeup, and the guys too. So yeah, yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to let you know we have some people joining us. We have Sue
Cool.
Coburn out
Hey,
here
Sue.
today.
Hi, Sue.
Jennifer Hastings says hello from Michigan.
Hello, hello.
there.
Hi, Sue. Hi, Jennifer.
Sam Callis is waving at you.
Hey, Sam.
Aw.
Yay. I'm waiting to see that little nugget too, because she's 8 months.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she's 8 months too.
Yeah, I haven't
They look
seen
identical.
her. I've only seen pictures.
I know they look
Jeez.
identical.
She got that good chunk too.
Doesn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Just wait. Like yours is just like a teeny
That's
little
all right.
feather right now, but that's okay. He's
I
still a
said
You're
little.
in for it.
He's a little nugget.
No, I
You're
had
in
baby
for it.
brain yesterday because all I had was one text saying, "Okay, just let us know if you're going to stop by."
He gave you an open door.
I know, right? I was like,
Yes.
"Well, you dropped the bait out there. I'm taking it."
Yep, that's right.
Hours later, I had dinner over there. I had that. Oh my goodness!
You
it
just
was,
spent the whole
I
day.
was just like in love all day with this. It was so much fun. Yeah,
Yep.
it was. It was so much
Let's
fun.
see how long that'll last.
It'll keep lasting.
We all, everyone will get. Well, I know it'll keep lasting, but there'll be a one part where you're like, "I'm out of here." That's your kid.
Right, right. Some point.
Yep, I did my job. Now it's your turn. Have fun with it. So, so good. Tonight, I really want to talk about messages and readings.
Okay.
Yep, yep. You know why? Have a reason why?
Because we're mediums and we give messages and readings.
Yeah,
I mean, that kind of flows.
I like this rainbow thing going on here too. Rainbow's like, look at her. She looks like me. Yes,
No,
Aw.
Rainbow
Yes.
approves. I like that.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know Little Flower approves.
Yeah. Oh,
she
yeah.
got me doing this.
She, yeah, because I think it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Thank
So, and that's a nice message. See right there. Over, complete, done. Right. So, a lot of times people don't know the differences between messages and readings. Right. Yeah.
Right,
No clue.
definitely.
No clue
They always
whatsoever.
think a message is supposed to be a reading.
Yeah.
Supposed to go on forever, right? So a message, like we give each other messages all day long, but a lot of people don't even realize that we're doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many times have you looked at somebody and said something to them and it just either goes over their head or they go in a different direction and, whatever, right?
All the time.
Of course.
Yeah. All the time.
Dance at,
at
yeah,
home,
all
anywhere.
the time.
Yeah. At work too, when you give them to them,
Absolutely.
Everywhere.
right?
Yep.
So we're constantly giving out these messages, and it's just a short bleep of something being said by spirit to the individual, right? Now sometimes our messages can get a little bit more, but very rarely,
Right.
Right.
Not with messages. Just,
right?
No.
If somebody's like asking you for a message and you don't have anything, do you make something up?
No.
No, that's just.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Nope.
Be a lot easier.
Right.
It would be. wouldn't it?
No.
I'm just thinking a couple.
That's a
things.
horrible feeling, though.
Yes, it is.
If and when you do that.
Right.
Because it's nothing there, really. You just,
Sometimes there's nothing there.
And that's what you
making
said.
stuff
Sometimes
up.
that message is. Sometimes,
nothing.
yes.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they're feeling or whatever. Remember that's come up before. So
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Well, it's just like we
Nothing to
have
say.
these
don't know.
billets, right? So everybody in here put their name on them and stuff, right? And I'm not
Yep.
going to look, but you're actually, this is called what?
Psychometry.
Psychometry. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So psychometry is when you touch and feel an item to get a message from, or to get a feeling from, get a visual from, in order to sit there, answer a question, or give somebody a message that they need at that time, right? So you're constantly feeling energies, and that's what we're going to be doing tonight, pulling out a few of these to give some messages. And but it is everywhere that we go. I was going to the movies one time, and we kind of like sat down in the seats, and I looked at somebody, and I was like, man, it's a little stuffy in here, right? And I got up, and then I moved over, sat down in the next one, and now they have them numbered seats where you can't really do
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Because they'll
Yeah.
come up, and I don't care if it's
They
an
will.
empty audience, if they have that seat right there, they're like, excuse me,
Well,
that's
they
mine.
will.
my
Yep,
seat.
You'll have to move.
Yeah. But then the individuals that I had gone with, one of them sat there and go, yes, it is stuffy in here. My house is really stuffy. Then went into a whole big story.
Oh, my God.
In the movie theater.
In the movie theater. It was just so funny. And I was like, so there's a message right to you. Thank you very much. But we're constantly feeling energies from everybody, right, to give that message. A reading.
Longer.
Longer.
More in depth.
More in depth.
Lots more information.
More information.
More
Yes.
guidance.
Guidance.
More specific.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Well,
No, that's
you're-
great.
You're saying
You're
it.
getting there,
That's
right?
it.
That was
No, that you're. Those are what
A message and a reading has what in common? Because what's the main message all about?
you telling them what they need to hear, not what they want to hear.
Right.
Yes.
For
What's the main
one-
message? What's that?
Yeah, you already had her hand up.
Yeah, sorry. Cindy, Michelle, and Arlene say hello, and Arlene says hi from South Florida.
Yay! Hello, ladies. How you
Hi
doing?
there.
It's about what? What's a message and or a reading? What do they have in common? What's the main thing?
No,
Yes,
it's
they're
what
trying
Spirit's
to help
telling
you. They're trying to guide you.
It's a lot of stuff they have in
Oh,
common.
y'all going back to class.
No.
I don't know what you're looking for.
Okay.
What is
One on
it?
one time.
It's like
Supreme
a whole
energy.
list.
Oh, the continuity of
The
life.
continuity of
Oh,
life.
right.
Duh.
Right.
That was
Okay.
all.
We
A
knew
lot of
that.
people-
Yeah.
Y'all were just drinking that lovely tea, right?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Actually tastes pretty good.
What? Chris said it actually
He said it
tastes
tastes
pretty
good.
good.
I know,
What
right?
kind of tea do you have tonight?
Lemon balm.
It is
Lemon
very
balm.
good. It's
All
real
right.
smooth.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to take a second. I want to thank our crew that's here tonight helping out. Behind the scenes, it's Eurydia. Woo! Linda. Wen.
Hey.
Gotta clap loud, somebody!
Brooke and Tyler. Thank you. Thank you guys for showing up. So yes, the message in a reading, the main commonality they have is to prove the continuity of life, right? It's to sit there and deliver something to you from spirit that yes, you need to know, not necessarily what you want to know, but just to sit there and show there's a continuity in life. Now that continuity can sit there and be the fact that a loved one is here and they need to say hello or give a certain message. It could be the fact that a continuity of life is letting you know that you're going to be here for a long time,
Okay.
right? What else could be a continuity of life?
Lessons.
When you-
Information of what's going on in that person's life, where they need to be, what they're doing.
Right.
A heads up.
A heads up.
Yep.
I got him on this one.
Relationships.
Relationships. There's a continuity in that in life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, just letting, you know, it's a validation of all that you've lived through, all you're going through, and all that you're going to be going through, right? How many times, though, do you get a validation?
Daily,
All the time.
Yeah?
If you think about it.
pretty much.
Okay, for
I'm
your own
sure-
self,
yeah.
right? And what you're doing.
I'm sure we
Oh, yeah.
discount
You
them
mean
a lot.
validations right
All
from
the time.
spirit,
When you give
not
a
yourself.
message.
Is that what you mean?
Pardon me?
Yeah.
When you give a message, do you get a validation back?
Right, that other part right there. You know, it's when you're giving that message, you're doing that reading, do you actually get a validation back?
Not
you
all
know?
the time.
I don't think
Not
a
all
lot
the
of times,
time.
no.
Not
No.
all the time.
You guys are pulling it out on Thursday night. Thank you very much, because that's really good. But you don't always get that validation from individuals. And I guess the best way to have a validation is the fact that they would like to get a hold of you to come back, right? So that's always going to be your validation right there. So how many of you guys ever received a message that you just didn't like?
All the daggone time. I mean, come on
All
now.
the time, right?
Especially from you.
Especially for me,
Oh,
right? That's right, because that message is always going to hit you strong, hit you true. And I know that little one right there. Oh, she never likes hardly any of her messages. She's just like,
No?
bummer, like, you know. So I think
Chief.
sometime, I know, poor Chief, right? Poor Brooke. But sometimes, like, I think I'm going to do a circle one day in Fantasyland. I think I'm going to do a Fantasyland circle. I'm going to
That
tell you
sounds
all
fun.
your fantasies and tell you they're
Okay.
all going to be great, right?
okay.
Oh my
I
God.
want to hear that.
I don't want
Yeah.
to be there for that.
You don't want to be there for that?
Oh yeah, I'll do it.
No way, man.
He said, "Oh my!" Right?
Yeah.
This is like in your there.
Oh, thank you.
Just saved
Yep,
it.
it was like weaving its way through
Trying to
there.
get through,
It
yep.
just
Right.
does whatever it wants.
I know, but I think it's still cool anyway. Did you see Eurydice hair?
Mm-hmm, it's beautiful.
I know, looks really cool. She
She
got
has so much volume.
yeah.
Those curls were like, woo, girl.
I know,
Yeah.
They
right?
were saying some stuff.
Look, did you see that one picture? It was shown from behind. She's like, woohoo!
Yes.
yes.
Yes, girl.
That was
that's
one of them
what you
sexy
do.
ones.
That's, what you
That's
gotta
right.
Do.
That's
I
right.
was told to do that.
That was a really good message for you.
Okay.
Okay, because you need to do that more often,
Yeah.
right? So it's bringing that
Well,
little
she was
sexy
in here
into it.
earlier too, taking
Yes,
care
she
of
was.
herself. Yes, she was.
Yeah. So
That's great.
Linda worked her butt off
Yep,
today
she did.
and stuff. So yes, we're gonna start getting her back here on Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday afternoons, or something like that, right? So if you're looking for a really nice facial and even waxing, you know, waxing all like anything and everything.
Yeah, she's
um,
awesome.
Let us know because
Wow.
Linda's gonna be in here and stuff. So do you like giving messages?
Sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes. When don't you like it?
It depends on the setting and the environment.
Yeah.
Like, it just depends. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes you just put more pressure on yourself than is necessary.
This is true, right? Because it's really not about you. It's like,
Right.
you know, doing Reiki Master, Kundalini Reiki, and any type of healing thing. You're just the vehicle.
Yeah.
You're allowing this to come through you, and just because the biggest thing you have to do is, I always say, open your mouth.
But see, then on the other side of that, it's easy because all you got to do is say your prayers, put things in place, and just let Spirit give you what you need.
That's right.
So
You have to have that
it's
circle of
like
light.
50-50,
And let it flow.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to have that
And
circle
have
of
faith
light.
that you're getting what you need to give to the person.
Yep. Imagine if you sat there and you really were supposed to give a message and you fought hard against it. What would happen?
That wouldn't be pleasant. Wouldn't feel right either.
Do you think it can back you up and make you sick?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Just like being an ego.
It's like you're fighting
Right.
with your own self. You're not letting it.
Yeah. Where is Karen tonight?
I don't
That's a
know.
good question.
Karen
It's kind
Brand.
of weird without her.
I know, right?
Maybe
Brand
she's
is
on a date.
me.
Yep. Pardon me.
Maybe she's on a date.
Maybe Karen's on a date.
Yeah,
We
that'd be
would. I
awesome.
She
wish.
can't take us with her.
I wish she was
Alright.
on a date.
She could have taken us with her.
And I hope
mean,
she
I
wore
would have
her
done
Crocs
that.
too. Y'all just wait. She
Is that
gonna
a
meet.
message?
Y'all just wait. She gonna meet a guy that's gonna love those
Yeah,
Crocs.
that's right.
Yeah.
She has those
And her tie dye.
They-
Why shouldn't the guy? I mean,
Right.
she loves that stuff, so
Right.
why shouldn't?
That's
true.
right.
You know?
And she's gonna be tickled to death because he'll probably wear his too. Yeah.
Wait, do Crocs have heels? Or are they all the
Oh
same?
my God, I hope not.
No, they don't.
No, like a little
Well,
bit.
there are some.
They're all the
Yes.
same.
They have a
Yes.
little.
Remember in
So
Florida
she
we
could,
went
like,
to
get
that
all
Croc
fancier
shop.
with some Crocs,
Oh
right?
my-
Yeah, we went to
Yeah.
the Croc shop and they had a bunch
Yeah,
of different
that's what I
ones. They were
thought, yeah.
styling.
Croc shop.
It was a Croc shop.
Croc shop.
But they had all
That's a
kinds
good
of
one.
different stylings. Yes, but no. Karen's message is
Were they really?
what?
Were they really that style?
Really?
Yeah, well, you know what I mean. For Crocs, they were styling. Okay,
They
and
try.
so yes,
They
they try. They try. So can't sit there. Look, Karen and Annie love their Crocs, so they're
You like
comfy,
Crocs
right?
too?
I work not out in public.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I love them. They're good. They're good for your feet. They're
How many
really
pair you
Well,
got?
3.
3.
Okay, well
Nothing
that's
like Karen.
that's okay.
Well, do you know it? Like Disney and Universal and stuff. They if you sit there and go on their forums and everything, they'll tell you some of the best comfortable shoes to wear at the parks are Crocs.
Crocs.
You know.
I just don't. I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
Would that be like walking on marshmallows? Yes, ma'am.
Maybe.
15
Maybe.
minutes.
Okay. All right, cool. Hey guys, thanks for joining us here at Girl Talk at Spirit Talk Time. It's tea time at Spirit Talk Time. And we have a live studio audience in here with us, and we're going to move this along over to Jeanette, because
All
Jeanette's
right.
going to sit there and pick out one of these billets in here, and she's going to give a message along with a nice gift tonight. It looks like, because I see 2
so
things right here.
pretty.
Yes. Woohoo! So just to let you know, once she does this message and then she says your name, then you're going to have to come on up.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Well, let's see. Having some fun on the beach, bouncing a beach like with a beach ball. Kind of to me, that's about just chilling out, and you never know as you go along, and you just have some fun and not sort of pay attention to everything that's going on, which is sometimes hard to do with life. That you might come across something special, the treasure chest, something, a gift, something special and a surprise.
Good. That
and
sounds nice.
And I'll leave you with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Sweet.
I might have Jeanette in
That's
here.
a
I'll do
message.
Jeanette.
Yes.
All right. Stacy.
Yay! Come on up, Stacy. What do we have for this young lady?
Okay. Oh, no. Just take it out.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you're
I had to put them in there because they were a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you know,
Come on
you
up
know
here.
what?
Hello.
This is yeah. You
That's
can't
so
really see
Great.
it. when we
That's
put it up.
okay. Well, we can try anyway. It goes like that.
Right.
Okay,
I
so-
know it is true. Yes, it does. You did teach us that. I mean, yes, when I painted it was like this, but yeah, true. You could get all kinds of. I'm just saying.
I always like to turn it up upside down and all around.
But no, I respect that, and that makes sense because that. But when I painted it, yes, it was like this.
Okay, so it's like this.
Yeah.
It's a really beautiful what?
Well, it's a flower.
I see a flower. Yeah.
It's a beautiful flower, and there's a lot. I always.
What was the message when you were
the
getting
message-
when you were
The
doing
message
this?
was there's Make a Wish. There's also Make a Wish. There's a lot of things blooming. That it does. That all the different directions are still whatever's going on. Each direction there's fun. You know, some might be more woo than others. I don't know, but it doesn't matter because so many cool things are blooming, and there's some. There's also there's a stepping up into that goodness. There's just walking towards it. Lots of love. There's a stepping up into that goodness.
Cool.
There's a dragon right here
Yeah. All right. Cool.
too. I know. Did you just say that? You saw
You
it?
said it right as you were
Dragon,
saying.
and then on the bottom there's a dragonfly.
Let's do a pound. I saw it too. Woo! You got that. He saw it, right?
Thank you.
Bam!
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
All
I thought
right.
that was
Thank
pretty cool
you.
myself.
Yes.
I'll tell you what.
Thanks for coming.
All right, there you go. And you get a box too because it was so big, wouldn't fit in the bag. So, you know,
Sweet.
there you go.
Thank
Got
you.
2 things. And a
Thanks.
penny.
Yay.
Thank you.
Good. Good.
Woo!
Good.
Yay!
Good message, Jeanette. Good message. Whew. Whew. Okay.
You did it for me.
All
Okay.
right. So, you didn't say how you felt about giving messages.
Well, Shell covered a lot of it. I mean,
But
what
that's
about-
her.
Okay. I like giving messages, but it's a getting in the way that just it's so true. Just open your mouth, even if you ball, plane, whatever, and you just let it keep going. It will happen, but it's frustrating to me that getting in your own way. Like
Right.
it's so it seems so simple, but it's not always that simple. I mean, that you let I'm saying for my own self, not
Right.
other people. So that's
Okay.
So
It's very simple to give a message.
yes, it's very simple to give a message, but it's when you when you get in your own way.
Right.
just
But what are you
mess
telling your
it up.
ego?
To sit on my left hand shoulder
And be a
The
silent observer.
Yeah, partner or observer. One of them. Yeah,
Observer.
yeah, observer.
You say a partner.
One time it was
a
partner.
No,
We
I've
said-
never said partner.
Oh, I thought we
but
said partner.
is like somebody that's going to do what you do, but be a silent observer is to
Oh,
be
I said
sitting
observer
there and
for a
just watching, but
while.
not saying or doing anything. you know?
Yes, yes.
Okay. All right.
Right.
Just checking it out. All right. So, what's the plus side of a reading?
The
Well,
plus
you're
side is
helping-
helping
you're
somebody.
helping
Maybe they're
people.
hearing something they really need to hear. That's
That's the same thing with the message.
And
well,
you're
I'm
in-
so- with a oh. Well, there. I always think there's a heads up. They might. Did you say a reading or a see? Look how good I'm listening. Okay,
A reading,
with
but
a
what I'm
reading.
saying is it's the same thing with a message. You're giving something to help somebody, right?
Yes.
So what else about a reading?
I still think it's a reading is a good place for a heads up. Like, look, you might want to look at such and such is coming your way, or you might want to think about this because that, the things like that. And I
Right.
think that's really important to know. ahead
Well,
of
to me,
time.
it's the fact that you can really sit down with someone one-on-one, or if you're on the phone or whatever, however you're doing it, and you really take a journey. You take somebody on a journey, and you go on a journey as well.
Correct.
And when you are able to get out of your own way with it, I mean, you can really help people beyond what they would ever imagine. I don't think people can comprehend how much a reading can help
No,
them.
I don't think they can.
So even if they would take just a teeny tiny little bit of what you give them and work it,
Right.
I mean, it could change their life.
I had a couple come in a couple weeks ago, and the guy sat there like this the whole time. And I'm just looking at him, I'm like, doesn't matter to me. Yes, ma'am.
So we just wanted to let you know we got more people here. We got
Hi.
Carolyn Sassman, Jessica Chamberlain,
Hello, young ladies.
Christine Hoffman says she's trying to help a friend. She's in Ocean City right now, trying to help a friend who's in the hospital.
Oh.
Miranda, Karen showed up.
Hey, Karen.
She said
What are you doing?
Her ears must have been burning.
Her ears must have been.
right,
I've got Amber Hostin.
Hi, guys.
And Karen does say that you go into a lot more depth in a reading.
Yes, you go into a lot more depth in the reading, and you do. And it is, I love how you said that. It's like a journey.
I know. That
you know?
was like poetic.
Um,
I love
right?
that.
Yeah.
I have my moments.
You have-
Yeah.
You
Nice.
always have moments. But it is a journey, and I know a lot of you guys have gotten readings and stuff before. You agree with that? Yeah. You know, because you're taking them through one area of their life to another area of their life to another area, and hopefully all of it, they're like, wow, 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 right?
Yes.
You guys say wow, wow, wow?
Not all the time.
There's more time to react.
No.
You know, the person getting the reading has more time to react to it. You're in the moment with that person longer.
Yes.
And there's time for back and forth.
Well, and it does go in depth. You know, message is something they need right then and there to get them. But a reading, yes, you go more in depth with everything, and it answers a lot of questions. I would think, like, you know, why this has happened in my life. You know, why it's happened with this individual in my life. Am I going to go through this again? Am I on the right, the journey? What else what are some of the things you really liked that you received in a reading?
It's a beautiful connection to your loved ones in spirit. They're still communicating with you. It's just fantastic.
Yeah,
And knowing who's around you
right.
at that
Right.
current moment. And what'd you say, Linda?
I said it's wonderful to hear your loved ones in spirit. That's comforting.
Well, when you hear from your loved ones in spirit, yes. Here's what the kicker to me is, because they expect them to come through and be the exact same way,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They expect just like certain things, and it's like, your loved ones have transitioned from this physical, dense planet
Not
and
even
area
that.
and society and life, and they've gotten free of all that.
They're not
you
even
know.
in
They're
that
at such a
energy.
higher-
No,
I
so
mean,
you can bring some of that personality in from them, because they're like, okay, look, they're not even going to even know it's me unless I sit there and do this or say that, blah blah blah.
Right.
But then they're like, but let me really go to areas that I see that I want to tell you hi and hello and what's it all about. I've had some of them come in before. Next thing you know, we did genealogy, and stuff, and we just went back to different areas of somebody's life. I have this one young lady that comes in with all her books and stuff. And at first I'd be like, oh, some guy's pointing at your bag right there and saying that, you found him, right? and she pulls out these big, thick books.
Genealogy books?
Genealogy
Yeah.
books, yeah. She's been doing it for so long.
Wow.
So then, but yeah, and she says, "Oh my God," this because I, said, "Well, this is what he's talking about," and she goes, she looks him right up. There he is. It was pretty cool. And I know you've brought in some of yours too before.
That's cool.
Yeah.
It is.
It's like a door opens and you can
Yes.
keep walking
Yeah.
through.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I think the hardest one is for them to understand when your loved ones in their spirit, you can still talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
You
ask
a lot
them
of
to help
people
you with
don't
things.
realize that.
That's
Right.
that's the norm.
I didn't. They'll always say that because in the beginning it doesn't matter. Talk to them anyway.
Doesn't matter. Talk to them anyway.
Yeah.
I know because sometimes people say, "Well, gosh, they've been dead for like
Or
50
I don't
years,"
even
and I'm like,
remember them.
"It doesn't
yeah.
matter."
Yeah, it
Doesn't
really
matter.
and
Yeah.
how much they love it, which
Right.
only makes it better on both ends. So why not?
And it doesn't matter if you were married in a family and you divorced and stuff, because if your ex, in-laws passed away, or brother-in-law or sister-in-law and stuff, they passed away, they're still coming in like a sibling or a parent.
Yeah.
Because you're still a part of that soul family.
Or if you
you
weren't
still
close.
experience things in this lifetime with them.
Yeah, or if you
know?
weren't close and
Yeah.
you had a stepfather or a step parent or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. That doesn't mean I've always known that and learned that they're still your father. Like if it's stepfather,
Yep.
they'll come through and it'll just be, this is your father.
Right.
I'm like, oh, you mean my stepfather or your
Right.
father?
Right. Well, that's just it too, because I do get a lot of clients, and they were like, "Well, that was my stepfather, but it's still your father."
Right.
Well, maybe dad, and it's like, okay, well, but still, they're right there. I think what was Rainbow showing me? I think the hardest one is when somebody comes in and they've never met them before, even like a father figure comes in, and the individual here in the physical has never met them before in their lifetime, and they're like, and I think that's the hardest, being able to give them some information, because some of them, I've gotten to the point where it's like, but see, then I don't really want to. I'll give you some stuff, but I don't want to go into a whole bunch, because if you can't validate some of the things that I'm giving to you, then to you it's irrelevant. And they would say, yeah, it is irrelevant right at this point. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Now
know?
see
That's
that.
a
Now
kind
see
of a
that has
shame,
happened to
in a
me
way.
in a reading where a great granddad came through, and
Right.
it was cool.
It is
I guess
cool.
because I have a different understanding of it.
Right. This
I
is
wasn't.
true.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
You
that
know?
was just cool.
But could they come in with a group of them, like the one you're talking about? He was by himself? Like
Oh,
they're
yeah,
not-
it was a
'cause
father figure that
I would
came
think
in.
they would come in with another family member to sort of
Well, they
back up
do.
with the other. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, they do, but don't forget, my message bearer sits there and lines them all up, and sometimes don't even. I love it out here because the tables, if they're set up, yes, ma'am, 1 minute. If the tables are set up, like their loved ones will play cards out here, or they'll have a party out here. One time, I got yelled at by one of them, telling me there was no food in the fridge, and I was like, "Yeah, but I thought there really was." And then later, I went and looked, and it was empty. The fridge was empty in the other room, and I was like, "Oh, well, excuse me for not having anything for you." Yes, ma'am.
Karen said that readings are a really good way to find out why some things happen in your life, past life stuff, lessons, etc. It helps to know that. Danielle Lee says, "Hi Adele, hello,
Hi,
ladies,
Danielle.
blessings."
Hello, blessings, Danielle.
Hi,
Hey,
blessings.
yes, Karen, all of the above. Thank you for being on top of that. I love it. Yeah, I do. So, what is a reading, like what have you gotten in a reading that really helped change something in your life? You guys too.
Childhood stuff. Oh,
Childhood stuff?
I'll let them answer.
Okay.
you said childhood. So, so past,
What have you guys
past
gotten?
life stuff.
My first reading that I had with you,
Yeah?
when you brought in my grandmother, that's how I knew all this was real.
Oh, okay. I brought you in, Grandma.
You said stuff that, only me and my grandmother shared.
Yeah.
So, and it was just like, all right, this is legit. I'm in this.
How cool is that? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just those off the wall kind of things. I had this lady just like, I don't know, I said something to her the other day and she just busted out bawling her eyes and she was like, "Oh my God, nobody do that." And that's cool on my end,
Yeah.
That is really cool.
I don't remember what it was about or anything else because I don't remember like from one reading, from and stuff. But I remember her just like, bah! And
remember the first time I met you, and I believed in it, but there's always that, oh yeah, well, I don't know. And you said it was one thing that you said, and it was a bit, oh, this light in your house has been something about a light, and it's something somebody's playing with it or whatever. And I was like, oh, that was in after
okay.
that. It was my father, but no one else knew. I
Right.
mean, I didn't tell anybody else.
right.
So yeah, it's really cool when something like that happens,
Mm-hmm.
So that only made me come back. Just
Yeah.
saying is all.
Okay,
Yeah.
so let me ask you this question. Yes, ma'am.
So some people are commenting about that. Danielle Lee just said the other day, she said just the other day when my dad came through and said it was about time I asked about him. Karen, of course, said that Adele's helped me tremendously in contact with my mom who died when I was 4. Filled in a lot of blanks.
Thank you,
So,
Karen.
they're
Thank you,
joining in.
Danielle. Yay, yay. That threw me off there with what I was getting ready to say. But no, that's really cool.
You're
Thank you.
asking another question.
Yeah.
I like the things you learned from some of your past lives that helped you explain
Oh yeah.
so many
Oh,
experiences.
man.
Like why you
almost-
do certain things, why you are the way
yeah,
you
it's
are,
pretty
we got to do another soul
Really
oracle.
stuff you
fascinating.
brought,
Yeah, you just.
Oh, yeah.
stuff you
Yeah.
got to
We got
resolve.
2 more
Yes.
here too. So Cindy said I
The
had
way
my
you
first
think.
reading with you, and you
Yes.
brought up my grandmom and told me stuff no one else would know.
Thank you,
Carolyn
Cindy.
says Adele told me about my son 3 years before I had him, and he's just as she described.
I love that, Carolyn. Thank you. That's so cool. I love when people would like to get pregnant, or when people know that they are pregnant, and I start telling them about the little one, and yes, they do end up getting pregnant, or they come through the way they should come through, and that's the coolest. And to me, now that part's a gift, because everybody's like, "Oh, you got this great gift," and I don't look at it like that. I just look at it, this is who I am. But when that part comes in, because as I'm telling them that, I can feel the heavens. That's surrounding them, both of us at that time, and I can just see their little one playing,
Aw.
or helping them to understand why they cannot, get pregnant at that moment, what they have to do, right? So, and I also like the part where I don't remember nothing. Would you like to remember
Oh
everybody?
my
that,
gosh, because your head
No.
would be like.
Yeah.
No.
Right? No, I love that part.
No attachments.
Yes, no attachment. So you know how on Facebook they sit there and they show you past memories or whatever that thing is, and you just like going, okay, let me go look at this. Some of the things it's just like, but so I happened today to sit there and say, okay, because we were going all over the place today, and I got to stop for a minute, and I was like, I had to answer this question on there, and so it showed the memories, and one of them was me sitting there talking about, because there's so many people that do this work that are scandalous, or they like to rip people off.
That's a good
You
word.
know,
Scandalous.
Right, so they don't give us a really good name. So I was talking about that because somebody had sent me an email, and my assistant at the time sat there and sent it to me and said, "Yeah, you might want to look at this little letter." And the person says, "I really want to make an appointment with you, but I have to know you're real. Can you? So tell me something now about me first."
They still wouldn't be satisfied.
First of all, that's
Right.
just rude. I'm sorry.
Right.
Right off the bat. I mean,
That's
I
rude.
want you to act
I
like
think
a
it's
monkey
rude.
and
Right.
and do
Extremely
tricks.
rude.
Right, and that's what I always say. I'm not your monkey to
Silly
sit there and pull a
rabbit.
string.
Tricks are for kids.
Tricks are for
Yeah.
kids.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
7:32.
Okay, cool. But yes, we'll stop here for a second, and I'm getting back to that because it just okay, guys, it's time for us to draw another name in here. Oh, we didn't put that one back in. Good.
No.
I
Okay.
don't think so. No.
All right. Go on, because Shelawan now is going to give a message and a nice, what'd you bring? Woo! Okay, I see it.
So I'm seeing the color red and a blazing circular sun. So to me, that's all about warmth and passion. And this person has on, whatever you're doing, just take the skis off, because you'll be able to get around a lot easier if you take the skis off. So it's like Spirit's bringing in that warmth and that energy that you need to do what you need to do. However, sometimes you stumble a little bit, and you know how a lot of times we'll have, tunnel vision about stuff. So Spirit's got these special goggles. They're not glasses. They're these special goggles that they want you to have, and they've got the little thing that attaches to the back, and it's a new way of seeing things, and it's a new way. And then they've got, they're doing something to your third eye, so it's really opening up and seeing things in a different light, a new light, a more more of an effervescence that they're giving you. Because then they got you, and then I see your chemist, doctor, teacher guide, in the lab, working on alchemical equations, which really relates to your life and what you're doing and stuff. So I would also recommend to connect more with your chemist, doctor, teacher guide, in meditation or, in your daily intentions that you set, and just let them know that you're open and, you would like to do this work. So this is the one that's really prominent that I'm seeing. Because, he got his lab coat on and he's just cooking up some stuff and, it's just right. It's just right for you.
All right.
And I'll leave you with that.
Yay. That
was awesome.
sounds, yeah.
Cool.
Chris.
Christopher. Come on up, Christopher.
Finally got shells.
Just
we
a
got
body
here?
oil.
Yeah, what do we got in there? Hey, Chris.
Down to earth.
Meet Chris. He's our dragon medium.
Dragon
And he's going to be like joining us in one of the shows coming up.
That has dragon's blood in it.
See?
Ooh.
Look at that.
Perfect.
Woo! That's
Awesome.
pretty cool.
Right on.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Thank you, Chris.
All right.
Go
am I
enjoy
good?
that.
I sure will.
Yeah.
See
You'll be
y'all
seeing him soon. That's right. Yes, ma'am.
So Sue said Adele made me feel so much better 10 years ago after I lost my son. It gave me some peace of mind to help my grieving process. It also helped me deepen my spiritual journey.
Yeah, and see,
Thank you,
that's
Sue.
that's the thing. That's like one of the main things I think as a medium when you're talking to people about their loved ones that have and just death itself, and when loved ones transition and stuff like that, because there are so many preconceived misconceptions about death, and then to be able to come to you and learn, to put a lot of fears aside and to really learn that it's really nothing to fear.
Yes.
And to honor the grieving
Right.
process too.
Yeah.
So
If I passed today, it doesn't scare me whatsoever, but I think some of the hardest ones are, when someone's child has passed away.
I can't imagine.
I don't want to imagine it. And, and especially like when you know the individual, because you have to step away from your emotions and you have to allow that individual to come through, to let their parent, their sibling, or, to know that, yes, I'm good, I'm okay.
And that was part of their journey.
That was part of their journey, and that's part of their soul contracts together. But it is one of the hardest ones. And that's another thing. I had this young lady come in, and she had lost her boyfriend, is what she said, because I kept looking at her like, But so I sat there and I gave her all kinds of things that I'm sitting there and enjoying myself. I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And that's what you guys don't get, because like when I'm giving you guys messages and I'm in that moment, I don't remember them afterwards. But during that time, I'm like, excuse me, like nobody's ever given me something like
You've
this.
said
Hello?
that. You've said that before
You know,
many
it's
times.
like, this is pretty cool. I like this right
Yeah.
here. And but so she was like, and it was a late night one. I think I didn't get done until almost midnight with her, and that's when we had the house. And so later, she messages back and says, hey, like, and this is like a month later. She goes, I want to set up another appointment, but his aunt sat there and said that, if that was really him coming through, then you would know this answer right here. And I was like,
Wrong.
No.
I know. And I was like, man, like you just did disservice to him, So it was like, I think 6 months later she came in and brought somebody else, right? And she brought this guy, and I remember having the best time with him because he was so into it.
Open.
So-
Yes. And I remember when they left, the guy was like, this is phenomenal. And she's just like,
Oh man.
But he apparently, like, he got so much. Actually, I got an email from him later saying, I've never experienced anything like that. I never knew what it was like. He says, but you had him to the T, and this is just amazing. And what you told me that the two of us, that he had something for me. And he says, and I just got something in the mail today from him, that he apparently,
Wow, that's awesome.
apparently it was at
Yeah.
his house and his parents finally sent it to him.
Wow.
So yeah, so Spirit was still making sure he got his message, his
But isn't
gift.
that something that? So that was a couple that came.
Well,
together?
they were
They're
friends.
Oh,
Yeah.
how much more you even get by being that open, whereas you're like,
Oh
you're
yeah, like I said, that one
yeah.
gentleman.
No.
Oh,
He
yeah.
just sat there the whole time.
Oh yeah.
instead of
You know?
like openly
I
being
bought-
that
Yeah,
spirit.
I
and
bought-
wait a minute now. His wife was on the other side going. And then she finally said, "Well, I'd probably get a lot more if I didn't bring him, huh?" And I was like, "Oh, poor sweetie."
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's why I
and
don't
so-
I don't take it upon myself anymore to engage people, loved ones or friends, to get readings. I mean, whatever.
If it's time for
'Cause
them
I've
to
come-
do it, they
Yeah.
will.
I've brought a loved one that agreed to come, and they were throwing up on the way here because they were so scared about what you knew about them or what you were going to
Oh.
say, and
And see, that's the
I
interesting
never did
part.
that again.
That's the interesting part, because even though I see all kinds of stuff with an individual, they don't always get what I see. You know,
yeah,
and
they'd be
right.
scared shitless if they did.
Right, and that's the thing. So yes, she was probably getting sick, going, "Oh crap, this is what I did in my life," and she's just going to call me out on it and stuff.
Now
You
see,
know?
and now see on the other the other token with that is, I mean, when I get readings, I know I've done some shit in my life. Have you done
Right.
some shit in your
Everybody
life?
has.
Everybody
Who
has.
hasn't?
Hey,
so that's
I don't
what,
give a
what
crap.
are you guys supposed
Right.
to do about it? I mean,
I don't care what you see.
Right.
Doesn't mean everything that you see with me that you're supposed to talk about. If you're spirit led, they're going to tell
Right.
you what to say. I don't care.
Right.
That's how I feel.
yeah, I
Right.
do feel
So,
like that. Yeah,
like that was the
definitely.
last time I ever did that. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh my god.
Never bring another one again.
Yeah, because it ended up being a reading for that person and me, not that
Right.
person, because they were so scared. I was just like, man, this
Oh.
Well, and that's another thing, because people sit there and say, "Hey, you know, my aunt is going to drive me, and can she sit in with us too?" And I'm like,
Oh, you hear
"Well,
that a
yeah,
lot.
that's great if you
Yeah.
want to do a semi-private, but
Right.
otherwise, no, because you're going to get something too."
Yeah.
And there has to be that equal exchange of energy, you know, that goes around. Now I know you've also brought people in, and do you think they've benefited from
Yes,
their
every single one
sessions?
of them. And
They were
I
more
wasn't-
open?
Wouldn't even bring up they weren't open.
They were
Right.
open.
I wasn't even going to do
That's
that.
cool.
My mom and I came to see
Yes.
it. We loved it.
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
really,
that's cool. Little
Yeah.
bird, little bird.
It was really,
Yeah.
oh, it was
She calls her
wonderful.
little bird.
Little
Yeah,
Bird?
yeah.
Oh, your mom?
Yes, that
Aw.
was really,
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. And she enjoyed that too.
And they can be so much fun.
It was,
They really
yes.
can. You know, but I also sit there and say, you know, the individuals who buy a gift for someone else, and then look, now I got that burp ready.
No. No.
And then, but my thing is, if they do not invest in them themselves, they're never going to get anything really. They're going to get something from it, but they're going to negate a lot of stuff.
But I
Because
feel
they
like-
didn't
yeah.
have to. They didn't have to invest in it themselves. You gifted it to them.
But I
Yep.
feel
You
like
know?
if they kept saying it and you really knew they wanted it,
Well,
that's
yes,
a little different. But
that's
yes,
a little different.
otherwise
Yeah, that's
they're not
different.
going to. They're not. You're right.
Right, they're not
And
going
how
to
many
get.
times have you've experienced that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Yeah.
wanna waste your time.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
is a waste of money and
Brought my
time.
son in when he was young.
Yeah.
He walked away saying, well, that could be for anybody.
Oh,
Yeah.
But he was
Right.
young.
Right.
How
And that's
young?
when I was like,
A teenager?
teenager.
Oh,
And I was
Lord.
like, okay, that was, once again, you're so
But he
right.
ended up coming back not too long ago.
He did come back.
That's right. Yeah.
How old is he
And
now?
they called me when they saw something in their house, and they called me, Mom, and I was like, hey.
Did I say something to him about it?
No.
Or something
no.
happened? Oh, okay.
It was just, but I just thought it was pretty cool because now they're open.
Right.
He was too young, and you said he didn't invest in it.
Yeah.
I just dragged him.
Yeah.
How old is he now?
27.
Oh, okay.
Wow. Okay.
But I think
Still
the
such a
positive
baby.
is though what happens is because I know I felt like this. You get excited.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is you know, and you want everyone to be a part of it, and then
Right.
you ask like you should try this, do that, whatever. But you know they're not ready to do it, so
Right,
it
yeah.
just becomes well. It's
I really
not
don't
gonna,
care
It's not going to
anymore.
work. Right. That's what ends up happening.
Mm-hmm.
I was a newbie when I was doing that. Now I'm like,
They can like do it
When it's
themselves,
your time,
right?
you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
That you know there's enough. You got the web and everything else, and it's out there. We're
Yes.
here.
So the Thursday night messages with Del Marie. One of the young ladies sat there and asked a question about have I seen or talked to Jane lately?
oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I don't remember who
So-
that was.
So that was granddaughter,
Oh,
you know,
okay.
Oh,
by
okay.
marriage. And so yeah, so they were all explaining how Jane came through and sat there and talked to you for a while.
It said she
Right,
talked
in,
for a long
at the
time.
seance.
Yeah, it was
A long
Yeah.
time she
The
talked.
greatest.
So she does come around. So and that's the other thing. So when we do have friends that are in spirit and stuff, they will come back and just they want to hang out and talk to everybody too.
Oh yeah, she did.
Yeah.
I
So-
think it was for all of us too, but it was
Of course.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, but
Yeah.
she
You
talked
got
to you
something
direct.
out of it, I'm
Oh,
sure.
definitely. I
Everybody.
was like, this is very interesting. As she's talking to you, it was
Okay.
really kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
wait for the next one.
Jane's lovey only because she's like she came in to say hi tonight too. So
cool.
yep. Hey Jane. Yep. Carol. Okay, Carol's with you too. Hey. So she's gonna bring everybody in now. So with her. I think one of the hardest readings to do is when someone comes in and they're in a sticky situation in their marriage, and they want me to tell them whether they should get a divorce or not.
Nope.
What do y'all think on that one?
That's a tough one.
Heck no.
Right.
No,
That's
because
like
then
a
they'll come back and
can
they'll
of
blame
worms.
you.
Right.
Yeah.
It's your
Set up.
fault. Whatever choice they make, they'll blame
They're
you.
setting you
Yep.
up, Adele. They're
Right.
setting you up.
Exactly.
And they want permission to do something
Yeah.
that they know deep
Mhm.
inside that they really should do, but they don't have the courage to do it.
So years ago, I had a student, and the student was moving, right, and she came in, she got a reading and everything. So it was like, okay, this is cool. And back then, I used to make CDs or give you a cassette track to go with it, and I don't do that anymore. It's just like, oh, I'm not doing this. So, but later, it was like, I don't know, 6 to 9 months later, her husband emailed us and said, I would like to know, my wife can't sit there and find the CD of her reading and wanted to know if you still had a copy of it, and if you do, can you please send it? And I was like, Well, what he didn't know was
no.
months before that, she got a hold of me and she said, hey, she says, I didn't want to let you, know, but you said something in the reading. And she says, yes. She says, I took my son, my parents helped me pack everything up, and I left my husband. I'm filing for a divorce, and she went in totally opposite direction. And yes, because I'm thinking, oh my God, thank goodness I don't have a copy, because once I sent it to people, I deleted them. Mm-hmm. But he wanted to use that in the divorce.
Wow.
Against her, yeah.
Wow.
And that's something, yes, ma'am.
I remember that chick. She's the only one that didn't want to talk to dead people, but wanted to talk to Jesus. And
Well, that makes sense.
So okay,
Yeah.
so
it's
yes,
7:45.
okay, thanks. So she, yes,
Jesus.
yes. So development class,
Right, yeah.
yes. So development class, yes. She was in development class, and then she got to the point where she goes, I don't want to talk to dead people. I don't want to learn how to talk to dead people. I just want to talk to Jesus. And we all just kind of stopped and looked at her like, what?
I would have laughed.
Like, is he not in spirit too? Like, he is spirit, Like, he's main spirit. So,
15 years ago.
right? Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Please like the page, share it, and tag some friends, because we're having a party here tonight with a live studio audience here at Tea Time with Spirit Talk Time. We only get to do this once a month on the first Saturday of the month, and it really is fun because Shell makes some wonderful tea. Jeanette brings all the little yummies that it's on everybody's table, and they always have gifts for everybody. So Jeanette, it's your turn now
All right.
for another message for somebody.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Twirling around. Hanging, it's like, what is that? It's like hanging on a buoy. Those things that are in the water that,
Bob.
yeah, the triangular things, yeah. Just, yeah, they're markers, just hanging out in the middle of the water, looking for something. Looking for, I guess there's a big boat coming. It's nothing, negative or anything like that. It's just sort of hanging around. I guess this person is just sort of hanging around, waiting for something to come their way, just to let them know that it is maybe something big that they've been waiting for, and Spirit will make sure they get it.
All right, good job. And who was this one for? Linda. All right, Linda. All right, what you got for Linda? Hey, girl.
Hi.
Yay.
You guys look beautiful tonight.
Thank you. But of course, because we have the Linda touch. All right.
Yes.
Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh, that's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Very pretty.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Is that like a spirit ice cream cone?
Yes, that's
pretty.
That's like getting in a hot air balloon and going somewhere. To me, that's what that one is, and it still has wishes about it, and it still has like even an ice cream cone about it, like enjoying life going on in it, and there's a lot of gold energy in there. So
It's a golden opportunity coming
Yeah.
to you. Just to let you know. I'll add that one in there too.
All right. There you
Yes.
Sure,
Thank
that wasn't
you.
today. It felt like one today. You ladies, that was
Yeah.
golden. Thank you.
Thank
There
you.
you
Thank
go.
you. Thank you.
Beautiful. You look
Yay.
beautiful.
Aw.
Thank
And you
you.
look
And
beautiful.
thank you for today.
always.
Thank you.
Yay. That was like awesome. Yeah.
Awesome.
We're going to let you go ahead and pull one too now. I'm going to put her to work too.
All right, so they got you. They're weaving, a lot of weaving with a lot of different beautiful fabrics of yarn, like a bunch of different colors, and that it's on a loom. So to me, this means that this is just a reflection of what's going on in your life and certain things that you're putting together and things that you're working on. You're a very crafty, organized, methodical person. Just don't forget to look around, every now and then. Because now they're showing me all the beautiful flowers around you. So it's like, okay, that's great. You're working on this, you're getting stuff done, because all that loom's growing and it's big. Whatever it is that you're working on, just remember to take a break and look around and smell the flowers. What's that saying? Don't forget to stop and smell the flowers. And they've got you, being outside would be really great for you. If you spend time outside already, spend more time outside, but just that being outside in nature is going to be your grounder, is going to be your cleanser, is going to be, your place of refuge, really. And don't forget to take some time out with your inner child, get some crayons and some coloring books, and stay in touch with your inner child and have fun that way, because then that's a form of meditation, and you can go in and do that, and Spirit will take you in different places with that too. So you're doing great. Everything is great. There's a lot going on in your life. It's really awesome because there's just so many beautiful, vibrant colors around you. So there's a lot of growth. So, and I'll leave you with that.
All right, cool. Good.
Wendy.
Oh my God! So you were like saying that, right?
Right on.
And I was getting a message for her at the same time. I was cracking up.
And I'm back here writing the whole damn thing out.
To yourself.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll deliver that. She's,
Yeah.
Yeah. But so.
Oh Lord.
Oh God. He's gonna do some shit to me now.
I think it's hilarious because you have a new best buddy in Spirit. Since I threw her away, Tilly says she's coming your way.
Oh my God.
That's why I'm like, I don't know if y'all saw me. I was like ready to bust out
I should have
laughing.
known it was Tilly.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
He's just gonna help me get back at you.
That's too
No.
much.
Wow.
No, she says I disowned her. She's taking it up with you because she has too much fun with you. She says you like spark her spirit. So, all right.
Hilarious.
So Tilly is yours now. Oh my gosh, that is too
Good
funny.
old
That is
Tilly.
too
I
funny.
got an Italian grandma.
That's right. You finally got an Italian grandma. That's
Watch
right.
out.
Right on. Shardae's like, excuse me. She goes, you win. Really? You're going to stick me with this? Yep.
Yeah.
She's yours now. Yes. So I love messages and I love readings and I think they're just so much fun. We do Thursday nights. So we start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do Spirit Talk time. Then 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We do Girls Talk with Spirit Talk. Y'all been watching Girl Talk lately?
Yes.
I
Oh.
watched the
Like
last
it?
one. I was like, oh my God.
You watched the last one?
I'm blushing.
I hope Joshua wasn't sitting there watching that one with you. But did he get excited when we said hi?
Oh, he was so thrilled. He was going, hi.
Aw.
Hi.
Yeah.
It was so
Aw.
Well,
cute.
we were so
Sweet.
excited.
He's a cutie pie.
Yeah, he is.
So yeah, if you haven't had a chance to watch those, you might want to go back through the feed and check out the last two Girl Talks. They're hilarious. So and then I do Thursday night messages here with Della Marie, and that's so much fun. So just to let you guys know, we're going to be shifting that up a little bit, and once a month we're going to be doing that out on the streets.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
That's gonna be fun.
Yes.
That should be
So
fun.
this will be fun.
Maybe
Now
we'll-
also, huh?
I was just gonna say maybe we'll see some eye candy.
I know, right?
I'm serious.
We
Where's
need-
the
we
eye
need-
candy?
Where's the eye
Oh my
candy?
That's what girl
Yeah,
talk.
That's
think
a-
about
that's a
that.
message,
That's
right?
a good point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
For the spring.
but also to let you guys out there know that yes, we have a couple of special guests coming in the next couple of weeks through the weeks for the shows, and we have our dragon medium here. That's Christopher Meyer, and Daniel's going to be joining us. Yes, I'm so excited.
I was gonna say, Dan better show up. If I show up twice and Dan doesn't even show up
I'm
once,
showing up, man.
Dan's going to be showing up, and he's going to be joining us. He has that gift of the Holy Spirit, and he does give out some really good messages. So, but we have a lot of different things coming up. Different workshops that are coming up. You got some workshop. Karen out there has got a workshop, right?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
I hope so.
it.
Yeah. So everything's getting on the schedule there. What's that?
I got a workshop.
Brooke's got a workshop.
Bring your food over and I'll eat it.
What?
Bring your food
Bring your
over
food over
and
and she'll eat it.
That's the workshop.
No, that's her workshop. Bring your food, she'll eat it.
Right.
So, but Spirit's constantly leading us and guiding us all the time where we need to be, what we need to be doing, and it really is paying attention to the message that we're receiving. You know. So I guess I'm gonna have to add in a soul aura circle one night. Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done that.
We haven't done that in a while, and I
Years.
love doing the soul aura
It's been a
ones.
long time.
And that's like they said before, is when you you get to find out like who you were in other past lifetimes, who you were in relation to,
Yeah.
with the people that are around you and stuff. What are you giggling about
I'm
him?
just giggling about so many shenanigans with
Right,
these two.
with these two.
Us?
Oh, these two.
Yeah, I
Yes.
remember
Oh yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because they were in another lifetime together,
We were cousins, I think.
Something.
something
And-
like that.
Probably
I was,
trying to
yes,
get
you
you
were
some.
on
And you
my
did
end.
something.
I know what, no.
I
You were,
forgot actually.
I do, I remember.
I don't.
You
Yeah.
did something. I don't remember what it
'Cause I've
was,
gone
but
back
you,
and-
you did something to her, and
I'm
she
sure I
got
did.
back at you.
You kept sending men
in
my
this
way.
lifetime or something.
Yeah.
We'll continue it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We always have
Merlin
the
was in
continuity
there
of
somewhere.
life, right? It's about the continuity of life. It's about messages, and it's about readings. So, yes. And then, we also have an event coming up where we're the Mediums of Maryland. So all of this is going to be listed on my website at www.angelicwiseones.com. There's a couple other little goodies in there too, because I'm going to do a dinner and messages. So dinner with me and messages.
That's going to be fun.
That's going to be fun.
Yes.
So it's going to be a
ready.
small, intimate group, and I just plan on having a really good time, but it's non-alcoholic. But I'm still going to have a really good time. You never know what I'm going to be doing to everybody.
They
Like,
won't even miss the alcohol.
yeah. Okay, good. So, but it's going to be really yummy food, and I'm working with a couple of different places right now, putting that all together. So I'm really excited about that. But so guys, thanks you for joining us tonight. I hope you've learned a lot about messages and readings, and don't forget to join us here Thursday nights starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anything else you'd like to say?
Thank you.
May the
Thank you,
fourth
guys.
be with you.
May the fourth be with you. This is
Yes.
good. Be with you. It is. Yes, that's my favorite dude. And so yes. All right, guys. Good night. See you
Have a
later.
great
Bye-bye.
night.
Have a great
Bye.
weekend.